famous saying, one player does not a team make? Well, the person that coined that phrase never saw James Harden, a one-man wrecking crew. In 22 straight games, Harden has put up at least 30 points, and the Beard getting some veteran help on Sundays. Chris Paul returned to the Rockets lineup after missing 5 weeks with a hamstring strain. You know, the Rockets had a better record this season without CP3. Points and shots way up for Harden. Difficult corner three for the Beard.
Here comes the step back.
You got it. Harden finally gets an assisted basket from his center, Kenneth Faried. Harden's previous 304 points had been unassisted. No look pass from Harden to Faried. Harden had 26 points in the first half. Chris Paul getting back into game shape. This is his only basket in the first half. Houston trailed by as many as 16 early. Paul tried to make it easier on Harden in the third. Looks for him on the cut. And that's a turnover. CP3 finished with 12 points, 6 assists. Harden had 28 points through 3, tied with 2 minutes left in the fourth. Harden gives Houston the lead. Tied again at 95. Faried hands it to Harden. And that counts as an assist. Big three from Harden. Houston up 3. Harden finishes with 40 points as the Rockets win. Harden extending his 30-point streak to 23 games, the longest streak of any player not named Wilt Chamberlain. It's actually the 4th longest 30-point streak in NBA history, and he's closing in on the 3rd longest streak of 25 straight 30-plus point games set by Wilt in 1960.
And of course, is when producer Tim was born. Bucks Thunder. Let's check in on those Bucks, who the Raptors will face next. Russell Westbrook and the Thunder, the opponent. Russell makes his first shot after his 7th shot attempt, and he's excited about it. Facing fellow All-Star Giannis Antetokounmpo, who's the captain of the East squad, gets to pick his team. Earlier this month, after Giannis saw this hard foul exchange between Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook, he said this.
I'm a lover, I'm not a fighter. That's how it goes, right? So I'm gonna pick Joel Embiid. If I can pick Joel Embiid and Russell Westbrook in the same team, I'll do it.
Ooh.
Giannis and Westbrook meet in the dying seconds of the first half. Westbrook takes the pass, collides with Antetokounmpo, and is favoring his knee. Leave me here. Westbrook yelling in the direction of Antetokounmpo. He'd be okay. Thunder up 14 at the break. We're going all the way to the 4th quarter. Giannis backing down Westbrook, and Russell blocks him. In fact, Antetokounmpo was blocked 7 times, the most by any NBA player this year. Paul George. Man, he's playing great basketball. Also an all-star. A game-high 36 points. Made 8 three-pointers. Thunder have won 5 straight.
Wiz and Spurs opening seconds of the game. Bradley Beal spots an open Thomas Bryant, and he dunks on Bryn Forbes. So Greg Popovich calls a timeout 16 seconds into the game. Steal, Patty Mills feeds Davis Bertans one-handed finish. Marco Bellinelli spots Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl! Hoop in the heart. Spurs playing without another former Raptor, DeMar DeRozan. Why? Got sore knee. 3rd quarter. Wiz trailing by 13. Bradley Beal drains a 3. Steals the inbound and feeds Thomas Satoransky for the layup. Final frame with the Spurs' 13-point lead restored. Rudy Gay drives. In DeRozan's absence, San Antonio drops 132 points on the Wiz. Do you know the Wiz lose their 19th straight in San Antonio? They haven't won there since 1999.
A victory in the final of Sunday's Oracle Challenger Series in Newport Beach would not only be Bianca Andreescu's first WTA win, it would vault the 18-year-old Mississauga native past Genie Bouchard as the top-ranked Canadian in women's tennis. Newport Beach is the place. And Andreescu in white, near court, playing in her 2nd WTA final. Tries the backhander. It's long. Jessica Pegula is her opponent. She'd take the first set 6-love. But Andreescu getting things going in the second, tied 2-all. Break point for the 18-year-old. She rips the forehand down the line, breaks the American for the first time in the match, now up 5-4. And she crushes the forehand winner to force a third and deciding set. Opening game of that third and deciding set. She gets Pegula with her powerful backhand to go up a break and then tied 1-all. Pegula sends her backhand high. Andreescu will make her pay with the swinging volley. And she breaks Pegula for the second time. Andreescu cruising now, up 3-1. Pegula cannot handle the forehand. And Andreescu gets her third break. The Canadian closing in on her first WTA tournament title, serving for the match. Rips another forehand into the corner. And in match point, Andreescu gets Pegula on the run and puts her away with the volley as Bianca Andreescu wins her first WTA title and surpasses Jeannie Bouchard as the new Canadian #1. An incredible start to her season. She's won 16 of 18 matches to take home just over 100 grand. She's expected to jump from 106th in the world to number 68 in the world.
Tiger Woods made the cut in his first event of the season at one of his favorite courses, Torrey Pines. Tiger playing, but not in contention, entering the final round 13 shots back of the lead. And on Sunday, we saw something we had never seen from Tiger. I mean, ever. Tiger was not wearing his Sunday red. Instead, it was a striped shirt, almost orange-ish.
It looks pink. Coral? Coral's a good word.
On 15, his 6th hole, 20-footer for birdie. Got
Rose?
it.
Dusty Rose?
The former wrestler?
Dustin Rhodes?
That was on 5 from with the 8-iron to within 4 feet. Birdie moved to 3 under. On 8 from 11 feet, Tiger. His 5th birdie of the day, moving to 4 under on the round. On 9, his closing hole, Tiger going for the par 5 and 2 from 272 yards. His 3-wood is perfection. 2-putted for birdie. Woods with his best round of the week at 567. He finished tied for 20. Justin Rose began the day with a 3-shot lead. That is a yellow shirt.
Boy. Yowzers.
1 over on 5, trying to save par. Slips out. His 3rd bogey in his first 5 holes. Doesn't have the best track record converting 54-hole leads. His closest pursuer, Adam Scott, chance to get within 1. Misses from inside 2 feet, remaining 2 back on 18. Rose still the 2-shot lead. They're laying up to the par 5 from 117. #1 ranked player in the world with a wedge. Got it within 4 feet of the hole. And from there, Rose drains the birdie. He shot a 369 for his 10th career PGA Tour win, the most all-time by an English-born player.
Takes Torrey Pines.
Tiger now going to take the next 2 weeks off, sitting out both the Waste Management Open and the Pebble Beach Pro-Am before teeing it up at Riviera for the Genesis Open. Genesis, they make great cars. Mackenzie Hughes, best Canuck, finished 8 under after 4 straight rounds, shooting 7. Still to come, coming off the bench for Bayern, 18-year-old Alphonso Davies makes his Bundesliga debut. That's next. Finally, Pro Bowl highlights. Rainy day in Orlando? I didn't think it rained there. Patty Mahomes starting in his first career Pro Bowl. It's AFC taking on the NFC. Opening drive, Mahomes. Sidearm, no-look pass. Juju Smith-Schuster not ready for it. AFC up 7. Mahomes facing 4th and 2. Pass is incomplete for Keenan Allen. Mahomes forgets he's mic'd up and realizes his mistake. Second quarter, Andrew Luck scrambling. Finds Smith-Schuster for the first down. Juju in his first Pro Bowl hurts his leg on the play. He was limping, diagnosed with a knee bruise. He did not return. Down 17 at the half. Adam Thielen getting a chance to throw it. Let's see how he does here on this throw. And, oh, that's a wobbly duck. Intercepted by Jamal Adams. Thielen, he doesn't care. It's the Pro Bowl. NFC down 24th quarter. Dak Prescott to teammate Amari Cooper all alone. And the ball hits Cooper in the helmet. That would have been a touchdown. Good crowd on hand.
Kate Burness, I believe, was at the game.
But that wasn't the craziest sequence of the game. Mike Evans and Saquon Barkley lining up on D.
The rain continues to pour down. And it is intercepted. How about it, Mike Evans, who gets up and laterals to Barr, and now it has become schoolyard football. Saquon Barkley with the ball. On defense, mind you, as he spins free from Miller, tries to cross field, gets away from Pouncey, and what do we have here? Razzle-dazzle, it continues on. Welcome to the Pro Bowl 2019.
Great tackling.
Tessitore is really selling it.
The AFC trying something different on their own. Corner Jalen Ramsey lined up as wide receiver, getting the touchdown as the AFC wins 26-7. Jason Witten, he's handing the Pro Bowl trophy over to Adams and Mahomes. Breaks the top off it.
Witten.
That's okay. It's all good. It's all good. They fixed it.
That was the best moment of the Pro Bowl right there. According to ESPN's Jackie McMullen, who is not the kind of person who would lie about these things, LeBron James's camp would prefer that the Lakers part ways with head coach Luke Walton. LeBron has missed the past 15 games with a groin injury, and he was not in the lineup on Sunday against the Suns, despite the fact that he did practice on Saturday. Odell Beckham Jr. in an interesting jacket. First quarter, Josh Hart, the rejection on Devin Booker, and here comes the Lake Show. Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Whoopsies. Lakers up 4 after 1. Second quarter, Lance Stevenson to Michael Beasley. B-E-Z Beasley. Later, Rajon Rondo. Switching hands in midair, a la Michael Jeffrey Jordan. LA up a dozen at the half. Third quarter, Brandon Ingram for 3. He had 22. Then it's Stevenson from long range. Lakers snap a 3-game slide. Luke Walton continues to coach another day.
Jizz and Timberwolves. Karl Anthony Towns averaging just under 29 points over his last 4 games. The Jazz are wearing their sunset unis. First quarter, Towns squaring up. Rudy Gobert beats the reigning Defensive Player of the Year baseline before hammering a 2-hander home. 2 of his 22 in the game. Towns stares him down. Gobert follows up a Donovan Mitchell miss for the putback. Elbows Josh Okogie on the way up. There was no call. Okogie stayed down. He was okay. Third quarter, Gobert starting to frustrate Towns. Huge block on the drive. Towns gets Gobert off his feet. Towns loses the ball on the collision. No call. And Towns, do you agree with that? No. You got teed up for it. Under 2 to go in the fourth. Mini down 10. Andrew Wiggins. Tough 3. 2 of his game-high 35. Mitchell ices it. Layup plus the foul. He had 29. He scored at least 24 points in 12 straight. You know, Utah has now won 9 of 10.
If you're a big Montrezl Harrell guy, and I am, you're gonna like this highlight pack because it's the Kings and Clippers and Montrezl Harrell, 3 guys around him throwing it down. Part of a 10-0 run for the LA Clippers. I gotta say, these are the best LA Clippers uniforms ever. Montrezl Harrell coming off the bench for 13 points in just 12 minutes of the first. And then in the fourth, decides to drive the basket for the 3-point play. You know who loves that? Longtime Clippers fan. No, not Freddie Muniz. I'm talking about Billy Crystals. Harrell. 2 more of his game-high 25. I just like the way he plays. He hustles. He was great in college. He's great in the NBA. The Clips beat Sacktown. Dan, our sponsor for our walkover clock this week is O'Toole's Nacho Barn.
I had some nachos last night at a restaurant, and they made them out of like homemade potato chips.
Why isn't there just like a chain of nacho shops? Why don't we open that and call it O'Toole's Nacho Barn?
I'm in. I just want residuals.
Well, you're gonna have to get behind the counter and start slinging some chos. 'Cause we're not hiring people.
Alphonso Davies, he made his much anticipated league debut for Bayern on Sunday, becoming the 7th youngest Bayern player to make his Bundesliga debut in the last 20 years. In 4 minutes action, 18-year-old, 4 touches, and 3 accurate passes against Stuttgart.
I see this game was on FS1.
I don't know what that is.
Bundesliga's been big for their numbers.
And then Davies tweeted this, great result. Happy to make my Bundesliga debut, along with a pair of flexed bicep emojis. Flex bicep emoji, my most used emoji.
We're just wondering why Alfonso selected, or his camp selected, the eyes closed picture.
Yeah.
There had to have been more pictures. There it is again, Dan. Sleepy, he's like, I slept through my first match.
Remember,
with Bayern München.
He joined Bayern after Vancouver Whitecaps did a record-breaking $22 million transfer deal that runs through 2023.
I mean this in all sincerity. It's Bayern Munich, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and a Canadian kid is playing for it. It's incredible. His parents have to be so proud. It's an amazing thing for Canadian soccer. Tom Brady has a chance to make history on Sunday by becoming the first 40-year-old quarterback to win a championship. So what are the chances that Super Bowl 53 will be his swan song?
We're still here! We're still here! We're still here!
All right. Oh, yeah.
What a sequence of events.
That's incredible what's happening. Brady and the Pats have landed in Atlanta. Later, Brady took another microphone and hit another guy in the nuts. Here, take it. Oh, thanks, Tom. Oh, Tom Brady, everybody.
And do we have Ozzy queued? Hit it. The Rams hosted their rally at the team's under construction stadium in Englewood. Hey, fans, come to a construction site.
It's not a great part of town.
Then the Rams landed in Atlanta, still wearing those tracksuits. Defensive coordinator Wade Phillips paid tribute to his father, adding a cowboy hat and wearing his father, Bum Phillips' jacket.
That's very cool. It's a cool look. So the Tom Brady and Jared Goff, 17 years between them.
Wow.
So Tom Brady could be Jared Goff's dad.
He is. The Super Bowl is just a week away.
It's hard to believe. Dan, this is huge news.
What, the Super Bowl?
That's big too. But I would argue even bigger news. This show, SportsCenter with Jane Dan, will follow the Super Bowl on TSN and on CTV. That's right. Sorry, Magnum PI. Because after the Super Bowl on February the 3rd, if you're watching CTV, you're going to be seeing Jay and Dan.
Yeah, the entire cast of Magnum PI will be here with
in the side seats. The new cast. Tom Selleck, the woman who plays Higgins. The other man who plays Rick and TC.
They'll all be here.
Everyone's going to be on the show. Puck tracking is coming to the NHL next season. Viewers were given a preview on Saturday during the All-Star game. Microchips will be put into game pucks, allowing for real-time data to be gathered by nerds in all 31 NHL arenas. The NHL joins the NFL as the two major pro sports leagues with wearable tracking technology.
Okay.
Now, to be clear, this puck tracking is not the glowing puck from the 90s. This year's NHL All-Star Game marked the 23rd anniversary of the Fox Track puck.
Yeah, few know how the glowing puck came to be used in the NHL because that story has never been told until now.
Every once in a generation, an idea comes around that changes a sport for good.
It was an entirely new way to watch hockey.
An idea that explodes with a laser red tail.
We all thought this changes everything.
This is the story of the Fox Track glowing puck. The Jay and Dan true hockey story. The year was 1996. The #1 song was the Macarena, the #1 movie, Biodome. But the one question on everyone's lips was, what's next for hockey?
The networks were looking to make the game of hockey more exciting for Americans, so there were some out there ideas.
First, league scientists tried a red, white, and blue puck. Later, prototypes focused on a puck with a miniature flag. Finally, they settled on replacing the puck with a football. The idea was a disaster.
I remember a mid-December game between the New Jersey Devils and Dallas Stars ended 0-0 because it was too easy for the goaltenders to save the football. It sucked.
The league was in a bind. In their desperation, they turned to a man they didn't fully understand. They turned to professor of ultraviolet wavelength gamma technology, Charles Laserson. Professor Laserson had an idea. Lasers.
The league was skeptical. I mean, sure, it's exciting to have a puck that shoots lasers, but is it worth potentially cutting all your players in half?
Tragedy struck immediately when the entire starting lineup of the Montreal Canadiens was cut in half.
Miniature flags, lasers. What's next? Glowing players?
Laserson had a new idea, glowing players. But the idea was scrapped after a failed attempt on Capitals forward Peter Bondra that left him hospitalized. Laserson, humiliated, was fired.
Morale at the league office, I'd say it was at an all-time low.
Until they took a look at the ratings. They were through the roof. The puck was a hit. The league realized they could trick the viewer into thinking the puck was shooting lasers by making it glow when shot, saving their players and their ratings. All that was left was to decide what color the glowing puck should be. They settled on the most exciting color they could think of, red.
It was a masterstroke. Red. Who'd have thunk it?
The league quickly re-implemented the glowing puck for the 1996 All-Star Game. And we still use that glowing puck for every National Hockey League game.
Laserson was a visionary. We would have put his face on money if he hadn't killed those 5 Montreal Canadiens.
And that's the story. The Jay and Dan true hockey story.
See, I never knew that.
That's the rest of the story.
It sure is. Wow. Now, Fox is genuinely proud of that glowing puck.
Side note, those pucks, because we got the story behind it, were illegal. They said that they didn't meet the specifications. The league said, yeah, whatever.
The NHL. Yeah, whatever.
Still to come.
It's the worst play of the day. Here's Jason Witten awarding the Pro Bowl trophy and breaking it.
Get it down below.
He just lifted it up.
You guys got it? There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Producer Tim says it's a prank.
Makes no sense. Highlight of the night, going back to Oklahoma City, Paul George attacks and hammers it home. Right in the face of Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Wow.
Vicious dunk.
Hey, he put him on a poster, didn't he, Dan?
I hate that term. I refuse to ever say it. You blew it. We point out our errors. During the Raps pack, you said Luka Doncic finished with 30 points. He had 35.
I guess I messed up.
According to Stats guy Hound Dog Harrison and Nike, the shirt Tiger Woods was wearing Sunday was technically gym red. I blew it. I said the Jazz were wearing their sunset jerseys. They're called their City Edition, but it is the Utah Sunset. I blew it. I butchered Juventus keeper Wojciech Szczesny's name. Szczesny. And you blew it. Andrei Vasilevsky isn't the only player to wear the number 88.
Oh, who else?
History.
Who else then? Z-Money.
The biggie.
Who's that? Emerson Edom?
No. Okay. Guess again.
We should get Eric on the show. That'll be fun. Just hanging around.
He's a friend of Sports Center
Yeah,
Dan.
come on, Lindros. Come on the show.
What a sequence of events.